Hey guys, welcome back to Cheap Comic Collector. This is episode 382. Yeah, and it's July 1st. Happy July. Today, you might be wondering about my ant problem. I was taking care of yesterday. It's still the same day when I'm recording this. I got the raid out. I sprayed around. There's been some more. They're all flyers. They're all winged. So I'm thinking they're carpenter ants that are getting in the house because it's that season when they, try to create new colonies and stuff. So, and then my light here is attracting them to the desk. Yeah, I sprayed what I could, but I mean, it's such a mess in here with all these boxes and comics and everything. I'm just really, really hoping they're not infested somewhere because there's absolutely no way I can get behind all these boxes and look. So yeah, I just gotta hope for the best a little bit. I could set a bug bomb off in here, but before I do that, I gotta make sure all the comics are covered and so on and so forth. So, and if they're actually in a box or something, then that it wouldn't help if I cover it and then I don't know. I'll have to wait and see if it becomes an ongoing issue or not. If it is, when I first, this room was a mess. I mean, it's still a mess, but it was complete storage before I decided to start doing the comic book thing again and get in here and stuff. And I did find in an old magazine, I think it was an old, it was some kind of old toy magazine, like not not like a Toy Figure News or whatever they were called, but something on that order, some kind of collectible magazine about collectibles. It was down in the corner with a bunch of other stuff, and at some point they had gotten wet a little bit from moisture or something, and I thought, oh, this will be fun to look through, and I picked it up, and I opened it up, and the whole thing was filled with ants. But not these kind of ants. It was just those little tiny ants that you can't really get rid of, especially in Florida. Yeah, I haven't had a problem with those ants in here again. But now we have these flying things that I think are carpenter ants. I killed 4 or 5 of them here on the desk after I signed off yesterday, and so I examined them a little bit. I don't think they're termite flyers. I think they're too big for that. And I think, yeah, they look like ants. So I think they're just like winged carpenter ants that are, trying to create a new colony somewhere because that's how they do it. And, hopefully we can just get rid of the dang things. Hopefully I haven't seen any for a little bit, so I'm going to try and do this video. But if you see me start smashing things, that's why. So, yeah, today we're going to go through a flat rate box. This one. But I'm keeping this one. At least a lot of it. There are some issues in here that will go into the sale. So I'm not keeping the whole thing. But if you saw Aaron's show on Wednesday a few weeks ago, I showed this whole box, and so we're just gonna go through it again, maybe a little bit slower, take our time, look at some artwork and stuff, but I am keeping the majority of these, but there are some that I already have, so we're just gonna go through them and take a look. And let me zoom in a little bit. Let me actually do this and get this done correctly here. And first up, we have the stainless steel rat. This was a 6-issue series from Eagle Comics back in the 80s. And they reprinted stainless steel rat series that ran in, what was it, 2000... the 2000 AD magazine that comes out of Britain. So this is like all the Eagle comics. It's reprinted one of those series. But the Stainless Steel Rat was actually first came out in 1957 as a series of novels. Is when it started, and then this comic adapts some of those novels. But these are actually reprints from the 2080 series. But look at how cool these look. These are just, and this is the whole set. This is the entire series 1 through 6. And if any 3 or 4 or 5 of these issues that were in this box were just in a regular box with a bunch of other stuff, I would have went ahead and offered them for sale. But there was so much good stuff in this box, I just couldn't give it up. So there's number 1, number 2, number 3, 4. I think it's just ads on the back. Yeah, number 5. He runs for president here in number 5. And the writing is the adoption is by Kelvin Gosnell. The art is by Carlos Ezquerra. Just creators I haven't heard of. But just excellent art. A lot of detail. And then there's number 6. So, and just amazing stuff. It looks really cool. So I'm gonna just keep those in the bag for now, so they don't get all separated in things. These will actually go into a long box from here, and waiting to get transferred into my collection. But yeah, so cool stuff. And then we have Steel Sterling. This is number 7 from the Archie Adventure series. This was but look at this cover. That's a great cover. This is Archie Comics. Look at that cover. And this is actually the last issue of this series, because it only ran for 3 issues under this title, 5, 6, and 7. And I have all of them here. So this is actually a complete set as well, when you look at it like that. So yeah, there's all these little mini collections that you can do, if you wanted to get all the Archie Adventure series, or if you wanted to get all the Eagle comics, because there isn't really that many of them. If you're too overwhelmed by what to collect, just concentrate on 1 or 2 things and at a time. And when you get that one done, you start on something else. And here's number 6. And this is number 5. And I got this note on here because I already have this one. So this is one that can go into the sale as well. And it was actually got a little Archie strip in there. Huh. That's kind of cool that they did that. And yeah, I feel like these get a bum rap, because these are actually pretty cool looking. Just a little Archie strip, and I'm not sure what this is, just a vampire strip, so probably was meant for like a Madhouse or something. It may even be a reprint that they use just as filler, but it's just cool, nice little humor added in there, and but anyway, this one will make it into the sale this week. And here is number 4. Oh, so I must have been wrong about that. It was 4 through 7 that they did under this title. Yeah, that's right. So this is number 4. I mean, look at this. This is just as good as I mean, this is by Eduardo Barreto. This is just as good as anything DC put out at that time. And just fun stuff. And then there's this issue as well. And I have this one, so this one will go in the sale too. And this is the number 3. This is the same series. It started out as the Shield, and then they had this one transition issue where it was called Shield / Steel Sterling. And then for the remainder of its run, it was Steel Sterling. And then after issue 4, they changed from Red Circle Comics Group to put the Archie Adventure Series logos on there in that branding. So I guess the Red Circle thing wasn't working out too well for him. This one does have a wraparound cover. And it's just good stuff. There's even they have like a checklist of stories and characters and thing of where they appeared. Here's a cover for Steel Sterling number 1 that was unpublished from back in, whenever. It had a 12-cent cover and stuff, but it says it was unpublished. So there's some historical data in there on the characters as well. And so just cool stuff in these. Really, really impressed by these. And then we have this one. And don't get too excited. That's just got a note on it. This one isn't going in the sale. But this is DC Special Series number 6 from 1977. And I was wondering when I was looking at these on Aaron's channel if this was the beginning of the Secret Society of Supervillains title, because there's another DC special in here that was the start of the Star Hunters. But it turns out that this story actually takes place between issues 10 and 11. So like if this was being published today, it would be like a 10.1, something like that. But this is the Secret Society of Supervillains. Looks really cool. And I know because there's other issues. Here's number 10. And this one is number 9. And this one actually you wouldn't want to buy anyway because it's got there's a page that's been clipped and it does affect story. Right here, you see where they clipped out the bottom of this page here, whatever was there. And so it affects the artwork here with Kid Flash in Captain Comet's arms. And so this one will go into my collection but I probably won't list it as having it because of that, because I'd like to get a complete issue. And so it's just kind of a placeholder for now. But here is number 8, and I already have this one. It stars Kid Flash. So this one will be going in the sale. It does have a store stamp here for Comic Kingdom in Chicago. Anybody from the Chicago area? They know if that store's still there. You can go in and yell at them. At least they didn't put it on the cover like some places have. And here's number 7. Turns out I've got that one as well, so that one can go in there. I feel a little nick back here on the back cover. So yeah, there's a little rip right there on the back. It does have the Comic Kingdom stamp again. But these just look like a lot of fun. It's like, it looks, just flipping through them, it looks like, it kind of reminds you of Super Friends, but from the villain's point of view, except these are actually in continuity. They're not, just a cartoon. So I guess in reality, it'd be like the opposite of the Justice League of America, but still cool. Cool stuff. Here's number 6. And there's just such I get a kick out of flipping through these because I just never know who's going to show up. You got Hawkman and Captain Comet on the JLA satellite. I mean, does anybody even remember Captain Comet working with the heroes? I don't. This was before I started reading. But the villains are all, a lot of the villains are working together, but fighting at the same time. And got Green Arrow and Black Canary showing up. I mean, this is just really like a Justice League. Looks and feels like it's a Justice League of America issue from the 70s, except it's the villain side of things. There's number 4. Coloring's kind of the same on that, so I was confused for a second, but I got number 4 as well. Number 3 and number 1. So these are the ones I'm gonna be keeping. And then we have Star Hunters, the complete set of Star Hunters. And you're in luck because I already have almost a complete set of Star Hunters. So, well, actually, there's not a complete set here. I think it's missing an issue or 2. But here's number 6. And there's a second number 6. Number 5. Number 4. Number 4. And I'm missing number 3. So here's a number 2. And another number 2. But only one number 1. So this was a 6-issue series. And it looks pretty good. I mean, it's it's science fiction for the time, but again, it's 70s. It's very good. The art's pretty good on it, and it just looks like a fun story to read. So these are all going into the sale as well. Put those over there. And now this is the DC Superstars. Oh, it wasn't DC Special Series. It was DC Superstars. Okay, so this is number 16 of DC Superstars. And this is actually the first appearance of the Star Hunters. And I didn't think I had this, but it is in my list as having it. So I'm not sure if I'm correct or not. I'm going to hold on to it for now. And at some point it will get filed and I'll find out if I have 2 copies. And if I do have 2 copies, then it will end up in a future sale. But I'm just not sure right now. So I'm going to keep that one for now. We also have a complete set of Strange Sports Stories. I mean, this was the best flat rate box that I've ever seen. I don't think it could be any better. Forgot to give you the information on that. It cost $43.38 for 69 comics. They came in at 63 cents a piece. And I mean, you can see what I got. I mean, it's just amazing, amazing box with complete sets of 1970s series. It's just nuts. So this is Strange Sports Stories number 1. And these stories are fun. They're a little weird, just barely. And but I have read a few of these before. And they do an interesting job. You know, they back in the day they could make a story out of just about anything. So there's number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and there's a number 6. And look at that, I've got this one already. So this one is going to go into the sale. And you got Golf Story about the monster on hole 18. He's pink. Got a letter column in there. And the Great Cross Country Cloud Race. So they are racing through the sky in what appear to be boats made out of clouds somehow. So cool. Got that nice vintage ad on here too, showing some of the DC lines of superstars. Swamp Thing, Witching Hour, Weird War, Weird Adventure, Commandi, Superman, Sergeant Rock, and Strange Sports Stories. So this one's going in the sale. And then next up we got Sectors from Marvel, based on the toys, Hasbro toy line, I believe. So this is number 2, number 3, number 4, and these are in amazing shape too. Nice white pages. Yeah, I mean, so many good things in this box. I can't give it up. And number 5. So not a complete set, but a good shot at getting started with one. So just very nice stuff. And we're only about halfway through, guys. We got Sisterhood of Steel from Epic. This is number 1. Got this one, so it's going in the sale. And haven't read this. It looks interesting. It's basically, you know, women warriors of some sort, and it is a mature title since it's from Epic, so there is a little nudity and stuff in it. But like I said, it's one of those titles where even though I had the first issue, I haven't read it because it was only 6 issues, I think, 6 or 8. So I was going to wait until, you know, I get the whole set. So this one will go in the sale. Also have number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, 6, 7, and I had number 8. So I had the beginning and the end of the series already. So this one's going to go in the sale as well. And then these will fill in all the gaps. And next up we have an Alice comic. This is Tales of Evil featuring Bog Beast, number 2. And lo and behold, I had this one already, so this one will also go in the sale. There's quite a few going into the sale, even though I thought I was going to be keeping this entire box. So, and I don't know if it was this Atlas or a different one, but there's an ad in one of these atlases I wanted to share with you because it's a little bit crazy. That werewolf on there. I don't think it's in this one. It's in one of the other Alice's. So this one, but this one's going in the sale. And there's a Skull the Slayer number 3. And I need this one. And this was written by Marv Wolfman, by the way. I don't know if I knew that or not. Marvel value stamp is there, so that's good. Cool. And here's number 2. And again, I've got this one already. So this one can go into the sale. So if you're looking for some Skull, here he is, man. Art in this is by Steve Gann. And I still haven't seen that ad I wanted to share with you, but I think there's one more Atlas comic in here. I've got the Time Tunnel from Gold Key, number 2. There was only 2 issues of this published. It's from 1967. And, you know, the art's typical Gold Key, very simple. It's just cool to find them, really. And you got some photos from the series, photo cover on the back. Yeah, a little chunk missing there, but I'm keeping this one anyway, so doesn't really matter. And then there was a whole bunch of Saber in here as well. We got Saber number 5, number 6, and so I wanted to see if there was back covers or not. I think at least one of these has a wraparound. This is number 7, number 8. I think after these, there's only like maybe 4 more issues of this series that I need. And this is the one with the wraparound cover. This is number 9, and I got this one already. Last time I had this one up for sale, nobody grabbed it. And so this is the wraparound. And it's by Don McGregor and Billy Graham. And I've only read the first issue of this series, which was pretty cool because they kind of take refuge in a old abandoned, broken down Disneyland. So that's pretty cool. There's number 10. And there's actually 2 copies of that. So this one will go in this sale. And, oh, this one. Forgot this one is going in the sale as well. Here's number 11, number 12. Again, there's some nudity in there. There's mature content. Number 13, and another 13. So another issue going in the sale. Number 4. And another number 1 if you want to check out that story with the Disneyland. I know I've got one of these, and I know Easy's got one of these because he got one from me. Not sure who else has gotten one. But this is, I mean, you can see the Disneyland castle back here. Looks more like the castle at Walt Disney World, actually. Magic Kingdom here in Florida, but it's just a very, very interesting series. And then we got Swords of the Swashbucklers, number 6. And this was in the middle of the bag with the Sisterhood of Steel. I think they just threw it in there, not realizing that it was a different series. And then we have the Scorpion, number 3 from Atlas. So it's going to be one of these where I saw that ad I wanted to show you. This looks like it's got the same ad as that first one I flipped through, so it's probably in the other one. And number 2 of the Scorpion, and this actually, there was 3 issues of the Scorpion. I have number 1, so this completes my set of that as well. So my first complete Atlas series is the Scorpion. And that looks like Howard Chaykin. Is this Howard Chaykin art? It is. I did not realize that. By Howard Chaykin with a great deal of help from Annette Kowecki, Bernie Wrightson, Michael Kaluta, Walter Simonson, and Ed Davis. Holy cow. Superstar names in there. Early art by these guys. This is 1975. Don't tell me that ad's not in here and I saw it somewhere else. I know it was in an Atlas comic. I either missed it or it's in somewhere else. I did flip through some other Atlas comics recently, so I might have seen it in there. I was thinking it was in here. Darn. I don't even know where to go to grab something to show it to you. But basically, it was a full-page house ad for Atlas, who, as you know, was trying to go head-to-head with Marvel. And this ad really laid down the challenge because it said the new House of Ideas as the title piece for the ad, which of course, Marvel was always called the House of Ideas. And so for them to, come out with that as their slogan, it was just like, wow, really throwing down the gauntlet. So, and then lastly, we have 2 issues from Comico of Slaughterman. This only had 2 issues. But the artwork in this is amazing. It's by Gary Giovinco, something like that. And just amazing artwork, especially for that time period. This is 1983. And you had the extreme close-ups, you had the long shots, you had the full-page ad, full-page panels. Just very, very well done. I mean, look at this. Look at the, the sand coming off of her face and stuff as she tries to get up. And just amazing, amazing looking artwork in here for the time period. It almost, it looks a little bit like... what's his name? The guy that did like Myth Adventures and that art. There's a little bit of that to it. But it looks like it takes itself more seriously. It's just amazing looking. And just this cover. Look at this cover. I mean, what is that? This just seems incredible. And it's got that look to it where it almost inspires you, because it's like you look at this and you're like, I wonder if I could do this, because it's not. I mean, this is a lot better than a lot of the modern artists that they have now. And yet there's a simplicity to it. It's just amazing. All of these books. This was the most amazing box I have gotten from Whatnot. I just couldn't believe it when I was going through this thing, and the hits just came on coming. I wish you had gotten my original reaction, but I had to, once I decided I was going to keep the box, I basically deleted the video and started over again, because you know, I kept talking about how they were going to be in the sale and so on and so forth. And yeah, I didn't want to lead up to that and then pull the rug out and be like, oh no, they're not. Fooled you. You know? So, but yeah, just an amazing box. And but these are going in the sale. So you got Saber number 1, number 13, number 9, number 10, Skull of the Slayer 2, the Bog Beast number 2, Sisterhood of Steel 8, number 1, Strange Sports Stories number 6, Star Hunters 1, 2, 2, 4, 4, 5, 6, and 6. Secret Society of Supervillains 7, Secret Society of Supervillains 8, Shield Steel Sterling 3, and Steel Sterling number 5. So, honestly, I would expect every single one of these to get picked up during the sale. So, I'd be surprised if they don't. So anyway, that's what I got for you today. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow we'll go through some more books that will be in the sale. Yeah, I don't keep things very often. I try to give you guys first shot at them, but this box was just so incredible that it's the decision would have been too hard to decide what to keep out of it, quite honestly. So thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit like and subscribe. I didn't see any more flying ants visiting while I was in the making of this video, so hopefully they are defeated and will not return. So we got a little bit of a start on the claim sale this week, and we'll keep going. So see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.